Happy Monday, February 6th, 2023. I hope you're doing well. I hope that you're going to enjoy this journey today. I'm Tim McKay, your host on Rule My Realm. Today I want to explore three topics. The first topic is Google Ads. In the last few weeks, I've been going through the journey of trying to get these Google Ads to work. They haven't been. Long story short, I had set up some new ads. They weren't working. Spoke to the Google rep that was working with me, who gave me some suggestions, fixed those, didn't do anything to improve the situation. I sent them another follow-up, no response. Therefore, I was stuck, and I ran some Microsoft ads. They worked. Therefore, the Google ads are broken, and so I was left to fend for myself. I fended for myself, changed the targeting goal for the campaign from, maximum conversions to maximum clicks. All of a sudden, started working again. So, who knows what was going on? I guess Google was wanting me to get 0 conversions, so it was optimizing for 0 conversions. Huzzah! Wonderful. So, I got that working, but then I shut it off after a day. I decided I have some problems. SQL Anvil is what I'm trying to advertise. SQL Anvil is the solution I'm trying to provide to IT managers in companies where they can get some answers, a 30,000-foot bird's eye view. Anyways, what I've come to the conclusion is that between the ads not converting anything, I would assume that after about 600 600 clicks to my site, someone would go through trying to get through the purchase process. So having a 0% conversion rate after 600 views tells me enough that there's a problem. Granted, when a portion of those were from my ClickFunnels site, they converted to Shopify. So I can exclude a portion of those. Let's call it 400 that are now on the Shopify side. So what I think that when I combine that information with the lack of response of any kind, positive or negative, well, I shouldn't say any kind. I have one guy respond saying, good job. But complete crickets on LinkedIn as well. So I feel like I've fallen into a trap. Two things. One, I think it's because I haven't packaged it right. But two, I think it's because it may not be a market. That's my bigger concern. So when it comes to packaging it right, I'm thinking about I'm not sure if it was Shark Tank or Lion's Den episode where Kevin O'Leary, he's a very popular guy, very, very gruff fella, right? He's going to tell you exactly what he thinks and how. And so when he was talking to one contestant, I remember this story where he was berating this guy because he basically told the guy, look, you just come into my den here, my Shark Tank, and you're trying to pitch me and sell me on a used car that you couldn't even give me the respect of washing this car, cleaning the crap out of the back seat, and here you are asking for money for this car? There's 1,000 used cars out there that I can go get that are clean. They're spotless. They have a perfect maintenance record. They have no accidents on the Carfax. I'll go buy that. How dare you come to me and waste my time with this nonsense? That's kind of how he came at this guy. Totally paraphrasing it. Take it for what it's worth. Now, I think I've kind of done that. I wanted, and I've stated this very clearly, I think 2 weeks ago in one of my videos, that I just wanted to turn on this Shopify site. I just needed to receiving clicks. It's doing that, but it's also not turning it into customers. So I haven't packaged that site well. So I know that. But the second real bigger problem is I feel like I'm missing a mark on the customer. Let's talk about this clip from Elon Musk, and it will help me kind of solidify that thing. So let me just play this real quick.
One thing that every failed businessman that I ever met had in common, they immediately assumed their business was better than their competitors. Their ego led to their own failure. You want to know what I do? Before I even start a new venture, I identified all the top competitors and I approached their business as a customer so that I can be on the receiving end and learn every detail that led to their success.
Now, there's a problem with that clip. Voice.ai is the producer, or it was produced by that. So the whole thing is complete. I have to assume the whole thing it wasn't Elon Musk saying that stuff. So there we go. And just to prove that point, here's what Elon Musk actually says about competition. Watch this.
Well, we don't think too much about what competitors are doing.
Yeah.
Because I think it's important to be just focused on making the best possible products. It's sort of maybe analogous to what they say about if you're in a race.
Yeah.
Don't worry about what the other runners are doing.
Yeah.
Just run.
Yeah.
All right, so you can see there's a complete dichotomy. So it's obvious that Musk doesn't care about competition. He cares about great quality, working hard to produce a great product that's going to channel through word of mouth. Simple. Makes sense. I agree with that. It makes good sense. An engaged customer who's getting satisfied through qualified and deliverable, measurable value is going to tell others. And that's the way, honestly, that makes a lot of sense. That's where I need to put my best foot forward. Not driving towards the click-throughs and all that stuff. He says that he's not spent any money on Tesla in marketing. I find that hard to believe. Maybe he means like ads. Because he gets a lot of press. That's marketing. So he has a lot of shows. That's marketing. So you can't tell me. Anyway, coming back to the point. Something I've been carrying forward with, based on the suggestion of that first clip, which I actually think does have some merit, is to start by understanding your customer. Shop your customer has some merit. I still think that is true. To understand the mind of a customer and to sense a journey of where is there a fit in the market that could potentially be a way for you to crack in, especially given that there's incumbents. So let's jump into this exercise so that I can show you what I mean by that. So I'm looking at a software called MindJet Mind Mapper Manager. So I'm mapping out for my application some of my main competitors. So I've been able to go into a detailed historical analysis about some of these competitors, what they're offering for products over time, and finding out their pricing strategies on different things, mostly at the current level. And so for this company, I've gone through and I've kind of blocked out capture all the pricing that they have and get a good handle of what they're offering. But I spent quite a bit of time yesterday on this other one here, these guys here, and using that Wayback Machine, it's phenomenal. I mean, if you're doing a competitive analysis of what your competitors are doing over time, you can just really look and see what products did they introduce, when, for what price, how do they present their materials, how do they change it over time, what were the pricing increases like, and you get a sense of the cadence as well of, okay, the high rapid releases the first few years, did it continue on, did it slow down, you get a good sense of all of that. And so that was very, very interesting. So I started looking into this one product here, for example, and it was really, really, really telling how, in 2016, they launched this new product. It was called SQL Clone. The beta came out October 2016, and they have all this detail about what was included. And then 2017, they did a whole bunch more stuff. They had a new version come out. Licensing was introduced. And initially, they had it all user entitlements, so it was per user, essentially. And then the year later, they changed that. And they went to a amount of storage-based pricing model, which was really interesting. And so as time went on, they also they produced new versions and licensing. And at some point, something changed too, where all of a sudden now it's an annual amount where you're paying this large number every month, every year. But it used to be that there was this amount you get, plus you can just upgrade and pay a little bit extra for support and maintenance. So like back here when they first came out, it was this 2-year support upgrade, just a portion of the fee, and that's how they kind of monetized. So I'm not sure if it was when they switched from that model to the new model that it switched. I'm going to have to verify that.
but I kind of think that it went from to like it's $8 grand all you can eat based on data space. So that's interesting. You can see these details of what your competitors are doing. I put a lot of links back and forth to different products and how they're interrelated, all that kind of stuff. So for me, it's been extremely helpful.
Okay, so now that we've taken a look at that mind map, I wanted to just draw out two kind of central points. One is, again, just to reiterate, the main thing I've taken away from that is A, that there's a market. Obviously, these three businesses that I've been looking into have a market for software-driven activities, like software delivered. And what I mean by that is they can install it in their environment, so they feel like they have something that they get. They can run it at their own time. They have control over the installation and the security of the data, so that gives them the comfort. That makes perfect sense. I can get behind that. I could even convert my tool to work in their environment that I currently have. So I could conceivably convert that to a software, which is fine. The fourth company that and this is actually the company that I derived this product idea off of, because I saw it as something really neat, is no longer offering their solution. They've shifted out, they've taken the SQL Server part out, and they're only doing IT management and compliance type things. So they chopped that off. I think they weren't getting any sales. So that's a trigger for me to say, look, I'm going down the wrong path here. I've proven myself wrong. That's good. Now I've spent a month and change doing that. I got to figure out the next path, and that's why I think this is valuable for me to see that, yeah, there is a market. I mean, these solutions are licensing at hundreds of dollars to thousands of dollars a month/year. There's a pool of money out there, okay? And I think as we're especially getting to a point where the market is like these companies, the one in particular, Idera, they've consolidated by acquiring a lot of smaller businesses. So and that was a few years ago. So what typically happens in a market is a bunch of small startups, and then they get consolidated. The market's consolidated by these bigger companies gobbling them up. Then they get bigger, fatter, and bloated, and they start upping the prices, increasing the dissatisfaction of customers. And I think that's where they're at right now. And I think that there's a bubble there because we're now at a point of recession. Companies are going to want to spend less. They're going to look for alternatives. They're going to shop around. What can we do with less? Can we not buy anything? Can we get something to do that job but cheaper? And I think that's the fit, that this could be the good timing. If I can produce something quick, maybe a 1 or 2 month MVP or less. Actually, you know what? I have a better idea. I want to find, of all this mosaic of all these offerings that these guys have, where is the bread and butter? Where's the customer interested in the most? And put up a kind of a virtual offering, a fake offering in the sense that it doesn't exist yet. And then the idea is I can create a page that says, make it look good, put some mock-up screens, and say, make it look like you're about to buy it. And if they click buy now, then it flips to please, we're in a preview mode. Sign up to get on the preview list. And if I can get a conversion of those, I think that's what I'll build. That's what I'll build next. So I might actually do a few of those, 3 or 4 of those, and see what sticks. Okay, so that gives me some yeah. I think that's the plan going forward here. Anyways, I hope this was a useful video for you today. I am so glad that I found these discoveries, and I hope that you're doing the same thing to question everything you're doing, work through the challenges you have. I'd love to hear from you. If you have any comments about your journey, write a comment or question below. If I can help you, I'll do my best to answer those questions. If you want, we can jump on a call. Be glad to do that too. Bounce some ideas off me, and I can give you my 2 cents. It may be wrong, may be right, but I'll be sure to do my part to help out a community that's growing, and I love it. All right, on your way out, don't forget to like and subscribe. Click that slick little bell, and I would love it if you got notified in advance of the next video, what should be on next Monday. As always, have a safe and great week. We'll talk to you later. Bye.